Alex, with JJ Watt proving us wrong, rejoining his teammate DeAndre Hopkins, going over there to the desert with the Cardinals with a defense that is already pretty damn good. And okay, just real quick, that NFC West defensively is hands down the best defensive division in the league. It's not close. And if you're Russell Wilson, you gotta get out of there.
Get out.
Otherwise,
you don't want to face these defensive lines, I promise.
Russell Wilson is going to die this season if he remains a Seahawk, but we'll get to that question. But the first statement I want to propose to you, Alex, is that the JJ Watt signing now makes the Cardinals NFC Championship game contenders.
I cannot sell this statement faster and for with more certainty. Because here's the problem with the Cardinals is
the problem.
You still have a young quarterback and you still have a coach who has absolutely no idea what to do in a late game situation or a late half situation. Mm-hmm. He's already established himself as one of the worst quarterbacks in the NFL from a game management and just an overall understanding and awareness of the game of football. So adding JJ Watt to that situation doesn't help stupid at the coaching position. So
JJ Watt can coach.
Yeah, JJ Watt can coach. But yeah, maybe 7 years ago when JJ Watt was winning multiple defensive player of the years, but he's a different player now. He's not worth $15 million. I think it's an absolute waste of money. And I just don't see this really having.
What about the Colts offering more money reportedly to bring in JJ Watt?
Which is even dumber because you have DeForest Buckner making $20 million a year. Why would you want to put another guy up for $20 million a year but plays the same position? Makes absolutely no sense.
No. The Cardinals, they really should have made the playoffs last year as a 7th seed instead of the Bears. They really should have.
They have a bad coach. What else can you expect?
Better. I expect Cliff Kingsbury to not be worse than the Bears, but of course that's too much to expect. Also on the defensive side, you have Vance Joseph, who is also a moron when it comes to coaching. If this team had a real coaching
and they
staff,
even should have been worse. They had that crazy fluke Hail Murray play.
Exactly. They
should have been worse.
I feel like that's what JJ Watt did. Instead of going to the Buffalo Bills, he went to the team that got the Hail Murray over them. Just a little bit of disrespect right there. Buffalo fans, don't get too disrespected. But I think that the Cardinals, they're going to make the playoffs next season. Already, it's early, but I'm still going to say they're going to make the playoffs. And I'm going to sell the statement that they're NFC Championship game contenders because I'm not going to go that far. Not going to go that far. There's some people saying they're championship game contenders, Super Bowl. No.
What is JJ? What is JJ Watt?
JJ Watt is a great acquisition. He's not going to do
this. Isn't Tom Brady, ladies and gentlemen. This is JJ Watt.
You still have a quarterback that's 5'8". Okay, so let's pump the brakes on.
When was the last time JJ Watt played 16 games in a season?
The funny thing is, I think since like 2013 or maybe 2011, he actually has the most defensive snaps played. But obviously, he hasn't played the full season in what feels like forever, which is unfortunate for us, for him, because he's always better on the field. But I will say that their ceiling has raised to a divisional round playoff game. Their ceiling has raised to that. And if they're able to keep that, the Cardinals are not the best team in the division, but because that still belongs to the Rams. I think the Seahawks are actually the worst team in the division at this point. The Cardinals could be the second best team in that division, depending on how things shape up offensively. I just don't see them making the NFC Championship game, at least the wild card. But if they make the divisional round, I would not be surprised.
And let me correct myself real quick before I get absolutely hammered in the comments. But I wasn't including 2020 as the last year that JJ Watt was played a full season game. Because I mean, I feel like he's had like maybe one full season, and then he's had a couple where he's just played a handful of games. And I think it was 2017 or 2018 where he had 16 sacks and he looked really, really good again and played all games. But the other seasons, he's just had season-ending injuries, and it's just not someone that you want to give $15 million a year for.
Exactly.